Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm bringing to you my makeup basket for the next 2 weeks. I have been shopping my stash over the last 2 weeks while I've been using my last makeup basket. I have been shopping my stash, and while I have been collecting the products in this basket. Some of the products are just my everyday things that I've been using, but I want to share those with you so you guys could see what I have been focusing on since I have so many products in my project pans this year. So I'm going to go ahead and share with you those products, but first I wanted to share one item from the last basket with you guys, and that is my Flower Beauty. This is the Flower Pots Powder Blush in PB4. This is a beautiful blush. I had to literally force myself to stop using this blush. So if I put it in this next basket, I am not going to use anything else. So I am going to go ahead and pull this out, but I do want to share a swatch with you real quick. So this is what this shade looks like. It is super gorgeous, and I'm going to go ahead and put that swatch on my hand so you guys can see the beautiful gold and pink kind of shades to this. It is super gorgeous. So that is it for my last basket. So I'm going to go ahead and go through the products in this basket, starting with my face products. So the first thing that I'm going to be using is my Spackle Tinted Under Makeup Primer in Ethereal by Laura Geller. I was using the Cover FX Illuminating Primer, and I did use that up. So I am going to go back to this because this is one of the products that I want to finish up for the year. And the foundation products that I'm going to be using are the L'Oreal Silky Sheer Face Lotion. This is the BB Face Lotion, and I am using this to apply to my neck the way Cherish from Pretty Pistol 86 did. And I'm really enjoying that. It gives my neck SPF coverage, and I'm really liking using that on my neck, and I'm getting this used up because this does expire at the end of this month. So really excited for that. When I started using this, this had 2.2 ounces in it. It now has 2 ounces in it, so I'm definitely getting some use out of this. I am using it every day. This is my CoverGirl Ready Set Gorgeous, and I had been focusing on using some samples that I have in my collection. I used the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation sample, and I did use that up, but I do have another one in a lighter shade that I've kind of been using, but I am going to definitely focus on this for the next basket because this is also one of the foundations that I want to use up this year. So I'm definitely going to continue to focus on using this one for the next basket. In my last basket, I had mentioned using 2 little samples from MAC, and this is the Studio Fix Fluid in the shade NW20. I did only use this once, but this is a foundation that I know that I like. I just want to get through this foundation sample, but I'm not going to really focus on this for the next 2 weeks. If I use it, I use it. If I don't, I don't, but I did want to mention that. And then I didn't use this strobe cream at all from MAC, so I am going to try and use this for the next 2 weeks and either finish it or get some use on it so I can get just another sample out of my collection. And then along with my foundation, I have been mixing in this Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Opal, and I've really been enjoying that. I have mainly been mixing it with this CoverGirl Ready Set Gorgeous because I did wear this Ready Set Gorgeous a couple times in the last 2 weeks, but I really was using that Estee Lauder foundation because I fell in love with it. I realized how much I do love this Ready Set Gorgeous foundation, but by the end of the day, it is breaking down on me. It's good for my work day, but by the time I'm on my way home from a 10-hour work day, it really is starting to break down on me. And the Estee Lauder, my entire face of makeup looks flawless at the end of the day. But I am going to continue to use these 2 products because I'm not entirely sure. Every time I used this Ready Set Gorgeous in the last 2 weeks, I did use this Shimmering Skin Perfector with it, so it may be this that's breaking it down. I really hope not, but I do want to get through this year, so I am going to definitely continue to use it, but I just wanted to note that. As far as powder goes, the only I'm using 3 new powders for this basket, and all of them kind of coincide with kind of goals that I have to use up products this year. So I did use up my Lush Emotional Brilliance loose powder, so I moved on to my e.l.f. high definition powder, and I do want to try and get this used up. When I pulled this in, I realized that I had made the goal of using up my rice powder from Palladio, but I feel like I could finish this and then move on to that and still get that finished this year, at least a good dent in that product. So I figured I'd use this as an opportunity to just get one more powder out, especially because this packaging is so bulky. So I am going to be using my e.l.f. HD powder to set my primer before I put my foundation on. And then I'm really forcing myself to use concealer, and so I am going to be using my translucent crystal setting powder from NARS to set my concealer when I remember to use it. And this is in my 17 in 2017 Let's Do Textures, which I haven't posted that video yet. I am going to go ahead and get that edited this weekend and get that posted, but this video is going to go up on Sunday, and it will definitely be up before that video. So spoiler alert, this is one of my products for that project. Before I get into my last powder, I am going to mention my Maybelline Fit Me concealer. This is the concealer that I am trying to use, and I want to get through this because I have one other concealer that I definitely want to try and get used up this year, and that is in my 100 Colorful Empties. It is the Benefit Fake Up Concealer, so I am working on using this. And the third powder I have is this Wet n Wild Color Icon in Reserve Your Cabana, which is technically marketed as a bronzer, but everybody knows this is just a really nice all over setting powder or a really subtle highlight if you want to use it that way. This has SPF in it. What I've been doing is using this to set my neck, where I am using the L'Oreal Silky Sheer BB cream. So this is the third powder that I'm going to have in my everyday rotation, but I'm just showing it to you because these are new to my routine, so I wanted to show them in this basket. As far as bronzer goes, I am going to be using I'm actually going to be using two new products, and I pulled out my Kat Von D Shade and Light contouring palette, and I pulled this out because I really do enjoy using this shade and this shade right here. I just really enjoy the cool tone kind of color to those, so I am going to go ahead and use this palette for contouring for the next 2 weeks. I pulled out my Naked Urban Decay Flush palette, and this is in the palette Streak. This has a bronzer, blush, and highlight in it, and I really love this highlight and really enjoy this shade of blush. I just watched my girl Abby from Make Life Your Runway's basket, and she actually talked about possibly pulling this week, but she's going to pull it next week. So I thought that was rather funny because I had already pulled this for this basket. She and I think a lot alike, so that definitely confirms that. And I'm also going to be using my Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer because, as you know, this is in my Sweet on Project Pan, and I have not yet hit pan on this, so I'm still working at this to try and hit pan before the end of February. We'll see if that happens with this basket. So those are my bronzers. And for blush, I have one new product and two Project Pan products. The first blush product that I pulled is this Bobbi Brown Shimmer Brick in the shade Nectar. This is definitely too pigmented for a highlighter product for me, so I figured I could use this as a really soft blush on the cheeks because it does have those blush and rosy tones to it. So that is going to be a blush that I use for the next 2 weeks. And then also I wanted to work on two of my blushes that I wanted to finish up this year, and they are both minis, and this is the NARS shade in Orgasm, and this is where I'm at with that. And also the Tarte shade in Classic, which I also have pan on. So I wanted to use these two products for the next 2 weeks. And as far as highlighter goes, I have two products. This is no stranger. You guys have seen this. This is my Bare Minerals Mixologist Shadow that I'm using for a highlighter. And this is in my rolling Project 5 pan. So I wanted to use this up so that I can move something else into that project. And then because I don't give any love to my Becca highlighters, I wanted to go ahead and pull out my Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in the shade Moonstone, which I have not used since I purchased this product. And this was the very first Becca highlighter that I ever purchased and never even used it. So that is why I'm pulling this for this basket. Now we are just down to eyes and lips, and the first thing that I'm going to pull is this Maybelline Color Tattoo in the shade Bad to the Bronze. This is brand new, never opened, and I did just declutter one of my Bad to the Bronze, but I wanted to use this to pair with some of the eye shades that I am going to be focusing on in the next 2 weeks. And also I can use this as an all over color by itself because it has so much dimension and really nice color to it. So this is the Color Tattoo in Bad to the Bronze. And as far as eye products or eye shadows for the next 2 weeks, I'm going to focus on these two palettes. So this is my Urban Decay Naked palette, which you guys know I am panning for the year, so I'm not going to show you that, although I have had a couple of sneak peeks in my Instagram photos, so you can check that out at Kaylee Deckert on Instagram. And then I have the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette, and I just wanted to focus on some of the light lid shades that are in here, like this shade right here and this shade right here in Champagne Truffle. I can't remember what shade this is. I don't have the insert. I don't know what I did with it, but those are the things that I want to focus on, are the lighter lid shades from that. So those are the two palettes that I'm going to focus on, and also my Physicians Formula Quad in Quartz Quartet. I want to try and hit pan on this shade right here. So this has been my all over setting shade when I put my eye primer on. And speaking of eye primer, the one that I'm currently working on is this Rimmel Exaggerate Undercover Shadow Primer. So that is going to continue to be my primer. I have 3 eyeliners and 3 mascaras, so I just have the 3 different colors that I'm working on in eyeliners. I did just finish up my MAC Teddy Eye Kohl, so I'm going to be posting a photo of that on my Instagram. This is the Rimmel Exaggerate eyeliner in the shade Noir, so it's just a black eyeliner that I am working on. I have moved on for brown eyeliner to my MAC Costa Riche eyeliner. This is also going to be in a project coming up, so you guys can go ahead and check that out in a little bit. And then I have my colored eyeliner, Urban Decay Velvet Plushy eyeliner, that I am trying to get finished up. I did forget the mascaras that I wanted to share with you that I'm using for the next 2 weeks. Not much has changed here, but I am just going to show them to you really quickly. So I'm using the Mini in the Hypnose Drama from Lancome. Really enjoying this. This is reaching its end, but I really am in love with this mascara, and this is the Essence Lash Princess Mascara in the orange one. As you can see, I have the green one. I'm going to pull that out and see if I love it just as much, but I am going to go ahead and continue to finish using this until the end of February. And then just because this is reaching the end of its life, this is the Too Faced Better Than Sex. This was brand new when I opened it like a month ago or the beginning of January or something, but I've had it for so long, even without using it, that it really is dry. It's a drier formula to start with, but I am going to just kind of finish it out for this month. Pretty much all the mascaras that I am using right now, these 3 are going to get tossed at the end of February, and I'm going to start fresh. So that is it for the mascaras that I'm going to be using in this basket. Those are my eye products, and the only 2 lip products that I'm going to be using for the next 2 weeks are this Jordana Lip Out Loud in the shade ASAP, which is a really nice multicolored glitter. I am wearing it right now. I really enjoy this by itself, but I think it would be a really beautiful lip topper as well. And then I am using my MAC Naked Bud lipstick, which I will show you right here. This is all I have left. So I'm really trying to get this finished up. It is broken, so at some point I'm not going to be able to use it because it's just going to slide right off. But right now I am able to kind of curl it down just enough that I can just get the lip of it and it won't slide off. So that is it for my makeup basket for the next 2 weeks. I appreciate you guys checking out my videos and sticking around. If this is your first time here, please go ahead and like and subscribe, and then you guys will see all my makeup videos in the future because they will pop up on your feed. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next one.